There's a number of fingers ready to rise and praise the Lord. 9 is a VIP number mentioned 49 times in the good old Bible. 8, there's no time to hate. Church is all about L-O-V-E, love. And now it's 7 nights and days between each grace service. 6, it's time to mix with the whole wide world to sing his praises. 5, come on, high five and shout along to the countdown song. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. 4, Jesus died for you. You gotta love, you gotta love, you gotta eternity. 3 is the holy number. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, 3 in 1. 2, it rises and moves, set the cattle in the barn when Jesus was born. 1, and soon it's 9. Hey, Lantern Gang, let's do this thing. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Everybody sing along. It's countdown to church time, come on now. Yeah! 5, 6, 7, 8. Lantern Kids, let's go! Lantern Kids, let's go!
Hi kids, and welcome to another of our Lantern and Kids Church services online. Now, as you can see, I have a bowl of water here and we're going to play a little game. Are you ready for a game? I have some items here and I'd like you to guess whether you think they will sink or float. So the items we've got, perhaps have a think, we've got a feather, a pencil, a ball, a stone, a little orange, a car, and a plastic pig. Okay, so are you ready? Perhaps if you had some pen and paper, you could quickly write them down whether they're gonna sink or float. So which one shall we start with? Shall we go for the stone? What do you think? You voted? Sink or float? Let's go and sink. That was pretty obvious, wasn't it? I wonder about this ball. What do you think to this ball? It's quite light. Sink or float? Oh, float. Our orange, what do you think? Sink or float? Sunk. Little car, what do you think? Sink or float? Sunk as well. Plastic pig, sink or float? Oh, he's floating. What about the pencil? That's sunk. I thought that was going to float. Feather, I'm going to guess it's going to float. Yes. Okay, so we have a whole load of items there. Some, majority have sunk. Well, actually, 3 have floated and 3 have sunk, and we have our orange. It's a little bit in between. Now I wonder, can you swim? It's probably been a long time since you've been to the swimming pool or been able to swim in the sea. We'll all be looking forward to be able to do that again soon. But do you swim with armbands, or do you have a rubber ring, or can you paddle and actually float? We're going to hear a story in the Bible today about somebody that almost sank in the water. So watch out for that soon.
Faith is tiny as a seed, faith as small as it can be, can move a mountain. it can be, can move a mountain. We believe in God. We believe in God. We've got faith, faith in Him. Nothing is impossible for God. Oh, I believe it. Nothing is impossible for God. Yes, I believe it. Nothing is impossible for God. Oh, I believe it. Nothing is impossible for God. Yes, I believe it. Yes, I believe Faith is tiny as a seed, faith as small as it can be, can move the mountains in your life. Lantern Kids, let's go!
Then you will be acting like your Father in heaven. He makes the sun rise on
Nazareth?
good and bad.
He grew up here, didn't he?
And he sends rain.
Who is this guy here?
And he sends rain
He's
on
Jesus.
the ones who do
Prophet?
right, and for
Miracle
those
worker?
who do
He's a
right,
carpenter.
love
Don't his sisters still live here? Where did he get such wisdom?
But Blech.
Prophets are honored by everyone, except the people of their hometown and their own family. What is it?
It's John. He's dead.
I need to be alone.
Go ahead to Bethsaida, he says.
Quit griping. I think we're getting there.
We're getting nowhere. What? What?
It's a ghost.
Ghost? What's wrong with you all? Ah!
Don't worry, it's me. Don't be afraid. Peter?
If it really is you, tell me to come to you on the water.
Come.
Whoa! 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 Oh! Lord, save me!
Peter, why do you doubt?
You're the Son of God.
I hope you enjoyed that story there. And so I'm going to read a little bit of it from the Bible. So we find it in the New Testament, and it's in a few of the different books. There's Matthew, Mark and John. And I'm going to read it from Matthew today, just a little bit. Okay, so the bit where the disciples, they are in the boat and they can see Jesus on the water, and they're feeling a bit scared because, wow, would you expect to see somebody at night walking on the water? But Jesus spoke to them. He said, "Have courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Peter said, "Lord, if that is really you, then tell me to come to you on the water." Jesus said, "Come." And Peter left the boat and walked on the water to Jesus. But when Peter saw the wind and the waves, he became afraid and began to sink. He shouted, "Lord, save me." Then Jesus reached out his hand and caught Peter. Jesus said, "Your faith is small. Why did you doubt?" After Peter and Jesus were in the boat, the wind became calm. Then those who were in the boat worshipped Jesus and said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Wow. I wonder if you could act out that story at home with your family. Perhaps you've got a big box at home that you can make into a boat, and some of you can be the waves, perhaps make the boat toss up and down. Who would you have liked to have been in that story? Would you have been one of the disciples in the boat, or would you have been courageous like Peter and stepped out? I wonder, what things do you need to be courageous about and be brave for? Have a think. What is it you're afraid of or you find hard to do? Have you thought of something? Now, in our story, the good news is that Jesus is there, and all Peter had to do was keep his eyes on Jesus, keep focused on him, keep listening to him. But the thing was, when he saw those waves and forgot that he was actually walking on the water, that is when he sunk, wasn't it? So sometimes we are courageous and we step out and do something, but then those doubts, remember we talked the other week about all those negative things that come into our mind saying, no, you're not good enough, you can't do that. And they are not there from God's enemy, Satan, aren't they? So he had those doubts in his mind, but Jesus said, "Take my hand, take my hand, I am with you." And he gave Peter that courage to be able to walk on the water with him. So I'd like us to think today, I say, about those things that we need courage for. And perhaps we have had those doubts in our mind that we can't do it, that we're not good enough. Okay, and so I have a lovely hug cushion here, and we're just going to do a bit of chat and catch. That's praying, talking to Jesus. And I'd like you to imagine that this cushion is God. It's Jesus, okay? And that we can take hold of his hand, okay? So picture in your mind's eye, you might want to close your eyes, picture Jesus and picture you holding his hand. And now I want you to think about that thing that you need to be brave for, that you need courage for. And just say, Jesus, I need courage to do. And then you tell him what it is. And then say, Jesus, is there something you want to say to me about that thing? and then just wait. See what comes into your mind's eye, what you hear or see Jesus say to you, because he is speaking to us all the time and he wants to help you in every little thing that you are finding hard in your life. And Jesus loves us so much, and he loves to hear about the big things and the little things. And all we have to do is have a little faith in God. So I encourage you to do that. We are going to worship God and hear some songs thinking about what it is to have faith.
When night has fallen, when fear is calming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me. Now there's no stopping what you have started until it is complete. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. Echo in my when my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. Echo in my
Lantern Kids, let's learn!
So today we are going to make a craft of Peter and Jesus walking on the water. So if you go to our website and go to our Kids Church resources for this Sunday's date, there will be a little tab that will say craft, and you should be able to print out this picture which you'll need to colour. So first of all, colour it, and then you need to cut out Peter. Okay, so we have our cutout picture and we have Peter. The next thing you need to do is, if you just fold that gently in half, and where the big bold line is, Make it just a little snip so you can then get your scissors and cut along the bold line. Be very careful as you cut along the bold line. Okay, so you should now have a bit of a hole in your